Michelle Obama once said,
Hello, everyone. It's wonderful to connect with you today. Your story is what you have, what you will always have. It is something to own.
Failure is an important part of your growth and developing resilience. Don't be afraid to fail.
Am I good enough? Yes, I am. When they go low, we go high. Your story is what you have, what you will always have. It is something to own.
and she meant every word. Because before the world called her First Lady, before she stood on stages and inspired millions, she was a young girl from the south side of Chicago, learning that the world doesn't hand you your worth. You build it yourself. Her journey isn't about power or fame. It's about becoming unstoppable when life whispers, "You're not enough." It's about standing tall when everything around you tells you to shrink. Michelle's story begins in a small apartment where love was plenty, but space was not. Her father, despite battling multiple sclerosis, went to work every day with quiet dignity. He never complained. He just kept moving. From him, Michelle learned that strength isn't loud, it's steady. It's the decision to keep showing up even when no one's watching. At school, she was told she wasn't Princeton material, that she was dreaming too big. But she didn't shrink. She didn't argue. She simply worked harder, not to prove them wrong, but to prove herself right. And that's what becoming unstoppable really means. It's not defiance. It's belief. Belief that your effort matters. Belief that you belong in rooms that once ignored you. Belief that you can rise even when you start from the bottom. As First Lady, Michelle turned pain into purpose. She spoke about self-worth, education, and kindness, not as a politician's wife, but as a woman who's lived it. She said, "When they go low, we go high." It wasn't just a slogan. It was a philosophy, a quiet power, because she knew reacting to negativity only feeds it, but rising above it transforms it. So when people doubted her, she smiled. When they insulted her, she worked harder. When they questioned her worth, she answered with excellence. That's how you silence noise, with grace. Today, Michelle would tell you this: you are not defined by where you start. You are defined by how you keep going. You don't need permission to rise. You don't need validation to dream. All you need is courage to begin and consistency to continue. Because becoming unstoppable isn't a single moment. It's a daily choice. It's the decision to show up, to learn, to fail, and to try again. She once said, "Failure is an important part of your growth and developing resilience. Don't be afraid to fail. Let that live in your heart." Every setback you faced wasn't rejection, it was redirection. Every no you heard wasn't the end. It was guidance to something greater. So today, ask yourself, what story are you writing? And are you proud of how you're becoming? Because the world doesn't remember those who simply existed. It remembers those who evolved, those who kept walking through doubt, fear, and judgment until their truth shone brighter than anyone's opinion. Michelle Obama's legacy isn't about being perfect. It's about being real, being kind, being resilient, and never letting the noise outside drown out the voice inside. So if you're tired, if you're doubting, if you feel unseen, remember her words. Greater than, "Am I good enough?" Yes, I am. You are not behind. You are becoming, and that, my friend, is the most unstoppable thing in the world. If this message touched your heart, don't leave without subscribing to The Insightful Way TV, where we turn real stories into reminders of strength. Because here, you don't just watch, you rise.